Hello. Um, I wasn't really planning to make a live stream, but then again, I've been waiting to make a live stream now for a while, and I'm sitting here and I'm getting on with my personal therapies. That's what I do most days, most of the day, most days is personal therapy. I've got therapy machines, massages, the list goes on. And I'm sitting here and I'm just a bit restless in this space. And I'm settled and centered enough now, which I haven't been, to communicate something, communicate anything. And all I'm going to do is make it really easy for myself, is just feel anybody that follows the channel now or in the future where have I been for the past 6 months? What's gone on? What's happened to the collective psychosis? We were doing so well before and we disappeared. I had another admission at hospital, basically, psychiatric hospital. They helped me resolve a physical health problem I was struggling with before, and I wasn't able to deal with in the community due to my mental health. So I went to psychiatric hospital and stayed there, and whilst I was there I was treated for my physical health problems, because there's a normal hospital just next door attached to it. But I was having to take the medication. I wasn't taking it before. And for me, being on a mental health ward at the moment is a very traumatic experience. I have certain fears and vulnerabilities I've developed over the years due to different situations, different scenarios, that whilst I'm there I sort of break down. It's like my physical body just deteriorates and I lose all my energy, and I come back to my life and I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid the sky's gonna fall down, sort of thing. And I left hospital with my spirituality and psychosis having a fight, which rocks my reality, what I have labelled as my reality. So I'm traumatised, and a few weeks ago I started to get on with my self-therapies again. I was just so tense and stiff I couldn't communicate. I mean, it sounds like there's been no problem, isn't it? I'm speaking fine, but the truth is I've not been able to talk to people, barely able to talk, that traumatised. I've picked a brilliant opportunity, it's all flowing at the moment. So anyway, I come home traumatised, I get on my personal therapies, and I'm just a bit bored. I've still got restlessness in my body. So where I would have been able to meditate through just using my therapies in a day, I'm sitting here and I'm like, right, I'm doing as much therapy as I've got wires left, right and centre on me, from about 3 different machines. I've just finished a session that took the best part of the morning and afternoon of massages. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I can't not do something. That's how it affects me. But I'm doing well. The therapies are coming good. I've agreed to take the medication in the community now. It's a really small dose, but I feel the side effects at that small dose. So really I can't take any more. Really, that's too much. I should be taking like it 1 every 3 days to my estimation, but it is what it is. I have to accept my life now with antipsychotic medication at a small dose, and in doing so it removes all of the fear I had about medication. Just do it anyway, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what I'm doing. There was so much fear about taking antipsychotic medication, but to such a limit, I was like able to see very clearly if I was just to take it in my life just to appease the doctors. That's what it's for, just to appease the doctors. It might do something beneficial for me, calm things down just that little bit, but the side effects aren't worth it in my opinion. That's one of the other machines I've got just finishing. Yeah, that's pretty much the last 6 months. I'm just trying to get myself back into a place where I can think about getting the numbers down that I was mentioning before for the artificial intelligence and quantum computers that we've been talking about, the remarkable what do you call it, discovery I've made. But I've decided not to speak about it like this anymore, just to get down and do it. It's like I was right there just before I went to hospital to sit down and write all these numbers down, where my mind was wiped before from antipsychotic medication and I forgot them. Then they came back to me and I was ready to write them down, and I went to hospital again and my memory's been wiped because of the medication and the trauma. So I've got to remember them again, which means I've got to play with the numbers, play with the patterns that they were creating. I'm pretty sure I can get there if I do it from a different perspective. But write down all the numbers, how I see them, including how they begin to embed our reality, our shared collective reality, how numbers affect us on an unconscious level, basically. And that's where I'm coming from. If I can get that down and work from that principle, and I'm playing with numbers on a daily basis, I'm pretty sure I can get us all quantum computers in our homes. But I'm not going to say any more. I just had a tug on my liver to say, no, we said we're not doing that. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go back and watch my other videos and see all of the madness that I've suggested I've stumbled across with numbers, multi-billion or trillion-pound ideas. Just know that I'm serious, and I'm going to write them down. I'm going to get the numbers down, and they're going to be written down, and I'm going to give them to the world. I want my cut for it, but they'll be presented to the world, and whatever I can remember from it, if it's just possible applications in science and maths that it has benefits, then so be it. Change the world that way. I know I'll be paid 1, 2, 3 different ways very handsomely. It's just, am I a millionaire? Am I a billionaire? Am I in the final picture? Ultimately, I need very little to live every month. Don't imagine I'll need much more on a personal level. Everything I earn will be given and put to good use in this world again. Go back and watch my other videos, what I said I want to do with this money. I haven't said that but a lot, but basically I want to do good with the money in the world. If I've got 40 billion in my bank, I don't want to be spending it on WhatsApp like Mark Zuckerberg. I want to be making a change in the world, giving solar panels to Africa like Akon. That's the sort of mentality. Akon's not a billionaire, but he's given millions, well, I don't know how many, but he's really, his project is getting solar panels to Africa. That's a good project to start from, and he's not a billionaire. If I've got 40 billion in the bank, I'm tuned on mentally with a business mindset of like all the good that we can do. Let's do some good with it, innit? Not sit there with another messaging app sending messages for 40 billion. How many lives could we change for 40 billion? You can end hunger for 330 billion. Right now, if we all got together and said, right, if we kill Elon Musk, steal his money, we can end world hunger. It's a bit like World War II question in advance. If you had the chance to kill Adolf Hitler and save everybody, would you? It's a bit like that, isn't it? If we had the chance to kill Elon Musk right now and save everybody, end world hunger, would we do it? Nothing against Elon, but it's tempting. With the pictures on TV, man, of people malnourished, it's malnourished. The pictures in one picture, and then it flicks to Apple selling their iPhone for God knows how many hundreds or thousands of pounds it is now to buy their latest product, and people walking down the street with them like this, and then that's one picture of this world. Another picture, you got to use someone malnourished. What does that person need WhatsApp for? If we asked all the WhatsApp users in this world, right, we could delete WhatsApp right now and make a dent in world hunger, would you do it? And you just have to use iMessage or whatever the Android version is, or an email. Things like that bug me. Mark Zuckerberg bugged me with that. Elon bugged me with purchasing X for the same amount. WhatsApp was 22 billion, I think. So WhatsApp and X is 60 billion. That's a lot of money, man. Give me time. One way or another, I'm tidying the world up. In my head, I created a limited company, and it was called Gabriel's Universal Cleaning Ladies. Our job is to clean up the entire universe, and that's where I'm coming from. I'm going to clean up the entire universe, not just planet, the entire universe. Once we're finished cleaning up the planet and I've persuaded Elon to sell X and donate it to ending world hunger, and we've cleaned up the planet, we're going to use SpaceX, possibly using old Bezos's Blue Origin as well. We don't want to offend anybody. Anybody that we can, we'll use their spaceships and we'll go and clean up the entire universe. Those aliens have been making a horrible mess up there. You don't know. Horrible, horrible mess. I am bankrolled with this company. You want a job? You know what to do. Subscribe. Send me your application. And if your soul is on the right wavelength and your mind is in the right place, you'll get a job. I promise. Anyway, that was a nice short check-in. That was the last 6 months. I'm so happy to be speaking like this. You don't know, I haven't been able to since the last live stream. It's just, we'll see if we can get a few more live streams, especially ones of me smiling a bit for once.